So I really was not expecting to be putting out a third video for this week, but there has been some really big physical games news for the Nintendo Switch 1 and 2 that I truly feel is worth talking about right now as soon as possible today. And there also has been some big JRPG news, like an official game announced and some games that have been leaked by rating boards that are a big deal to a lot of people out there. But let's get this started off by talking about the physical games for the Nintendo Switch 2, because honestly, Nintendo did have me a bit worried when they announced that their digital games were going to be $10 cheaper going forward for their first party titles, and that the physical versions would be $10 more expensive, because I thought that the physical games looked to be getting more pricey, more expensive, but it looks like that is not the case, because right out the gate, Walmart said, you know what? This new Yoshi game that's coming out, $70 physical. No, we're going to let you pre-order it for $60 physical. This Splatoon Raider games that's going to be $60 physical. No, we're going to let you pre-order it for $50 physical and match it with the digital prices. And now Amazon has came out and done the same thing. So I'm really hoping that it stays this way. And I'm hoping that Walmart once again becomes the king of buying physical Switch or Switch 2 games now in person, because during the Switch era, I would always go to Walmart if I wanted a day one game or a game that wasn't on sale for full price, because I could just walk in Walmart and get it $10 cheaper in there. It made no sense to buy these games anywhere else and spend $10 more. So I'm hoping that this will be an in-store thing as well. And I'm hoping that Nintendo does not shut Amazon and Walmart down from doing this, because I did hear that Nintendo did put an end to Walmart selling their first party Switch games for $10 cheaper, because obviously they're not doing that anymore, but they are starting to do it with the Switch 2 games. So hopefully this keeps going. But I also want to talk about a big rare Nintendo Switch game that is getting a reprint, and that game is Forgive Me Father. And this game is a PEGI import that is really hard to find. I believe this game physically, if you wanted a copy, was going for well over $100 now, because you just could not find copies at any retailers. But Video Games Plus is doing a reprint now, and it's expected to ship in June. And this game is a kind of boomer shooter, kind of horror style game that has a really unique kind of comic book art style that does look really good. And this game is really regarded and has been really sought after for the physical copy by collectors. So this is awesome that Video Games Plus continues to do these reprints for rare Nintendo Switch games. And this isn't exactly the freshest Switch 2 physical game news, but there is an upcoming sci-fi JRPG coming out for the Switch 2, I believe other platforms, called Starbytes. And because of the online backlash, I believe NIS America canceled the key card release for that game. I know a lot of people were saying that that sucked, that was an option that we're losing now, but I don't think it's all that bad, because I believe you're still going to be able to buy the Switch 1 physical copy, and I heard that they are going to make it where you can just buy a $5 Switch 2 upgrade, so it's not all bad there when it comes to Starbytes. But I do have some other big JRPG news that I want to get into, but before we do get into it, I just want to ask if you would please help me out by hitting the like button if you enjoy this content, hit the hype button, and subscribe to the channel if you're not already for more content like this. But the first bit of JRPG news that I want to go over is that it has been announced that Final Fantasy 14 Online is coming to the Nintendo Switch 2, and it is going to support mouse and keyboard controls, and that means it also will support mouse controls built into the Joy-Con 2, so that is pretty cool. I'm not really looking to get into a big MMO JRPG right now, because I do have so many single-player games in the backlog, but if this is something you're excited for, definitely feel free to let me know in the comments below, and maybe try to convince me to check this out if you really think that the game is that good and worth playing. And I'm definitely not doubting that the game is good or anything, but there's just so many games to play these days, you know, that you can only play so many. But another big leak that happened for JRPGs lately has been Dragon Quest XI's Echoes of an Elusive Age has supposedly leaked in another rating board in Taiwan. So a lot of people are speculating that we're going to be getting a free or not free, but a Switch 2 edition or Switch 2 upgrade. And I hope they do let you upgrade from the Switch 1 if this is happening, because I do have a Switch 1 copy of Dragon Quest XI in my backlog that I haven't played yet. So if I can just buy an upgrade for Switch 2, that would make me really happy. And I probably would prioritize playing it as soon as possible. And a lot of JRPG YouTubers and people online I know were speculating that we're probably going to see this game announced on Dragon Quest Day, which is coming up very soon. And then last but not least, there has been another big JRPG that was leaked via the PEGI ratings boards, and that game is Tales of Eternia. And I know a lot of big JRPG fans out there are excited about this. I've only played, I think, really one Tales game myself, which was Tales of Vesperia. I did like that game, and I do need to check out more games in the series. But as someone who's on a Nintendo platform, Bandai Namco has been a little disappointing lately by not making Switch 2 versions of their Tales of games. But that's all right. Hopefully they'll catch up to speed eventually. I guess we'll see. But I really do appreciate you all watching this video so much. If you did get any value or entertainment out of this content, please hit the like button for me. Please hit the hype button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And I will definitely look forward to catching you all on the next video.